I'm going to be talking about chapter 4 of John. The woman of Samaria is the woman everyone knows is the woman at the well. And we're going to go through the scripture here and we're going to break it down because I know people tend to go to this verse as a way to continue in a remarriage. But I want us to look together and see exactly what's happening here in the chapter. So I'm going to start from the beginning. You can grab your Bible, get you a King James Bible, and we're going to read and see what the Word of God says. When, therefore, the Lord knew how the Pharisees had heard that Jesus made and baptized more disciples than John, though Jesus himself baptized not, but his disciples, he left Judea and departed again into Galilee, and he must needs go through Samaria. Then cometh he to a city of Samaria, which he called Sychar, near to the parcel of ground that Jacob gave to his son Joseph. Now Jacob's well was there. Jesus, therefore, being wearied with his journey, sat thus on the well. And it was about the sixth hour. There cometh a woman of Samaria to draw water. Jesus said unto her, Give me drink. So we could see that Jesus is speaking to the Samaritan woman. Verse 8, For his disciples were gone away unto the city to buy meat. Then saith the woman of Samaria unto him, How is it that thou, being a Jew, ask of me, which am a woman of Samaria? Let me focus here. For the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans. Jesus answered and said unto her, If thou knewest the gift of God, and who it is that saith to thee, Give me to drink, thou wouldst have asked of him, and he would have given thee living water. So we could see here, let me turn the page back so we could see so far what's going on. So we see that Jesus spoke to her and said, Give me to drink. But what he wanted, go back to verse 10, is to say, If thou knewest the gift of God, and who it is that saith to thee, Give me to drink, thou wouldst have asked of him. So she should be asking Jesus for water. Then we look here at verse 11. The woman said unto him, Sir, thou hast nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. From whence then hast thou that living water? Art thou greater than our father Jacob, which gave us the well and drank thereof himself and his children and his cattle? Jesus answered and said unto her, Whosoever, that goes for everyone, whosoever is everyone, drinketh of this water shall thirst again. So he's telling her, whoever is going to drink from the water here, from a well, they're going to thirst again. This is what you need. Look at verse 14. But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give, him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life. So we see and know that God, he is our living water. And that living water is going to be on the inside of us, springing up into everlasting life. Verse 15. The woman said unto him, Sir, give me this water, that I thirst not, neither come hither to draw. Jesus said unto her, Go, call thy husband, and come hither. This is what I want to pay attention to. He just explained to her that he is the living water. And the woman responds, listen to her response. The woman said unto him, Sir, give me this water, that I thirst not, neither come hither to draw. She wants the living water. She wants the living water. She wants Jesus Christ. But first, look what happens. What does Jesus say? Go call thy husband and come hither. There's some things she needs to take care of. The woman answered and said, I have no husband. Listen to the woman. I have no husband. Jesus said unto her, Thou hast well said, I have no husband. Okay? She said the truth. I have no husband. And we see Jesus said, well said. Thou hast well said, I have no husband. Let's continue. For thou hast had 5 husbands. Those 2 words are very key. For thou hast had 5 husbands. And, pay attention to the end, he whom thou now hast is not thy husband. In that saidst thou truly. So she's had 5 husbands, and whom thou hast now hast is not thy husband. None of them were her husbands. That's what I get from here. None of them were her husbands. Because we see, for thou hast had 5 husbands, and he whom thou hast had is not thy husband. There's a continuation, and whom thou now hast had, not thy husband. And sayest thou truly. Okay? The woman said unto him, Sir, I perceive that thou art a prophet. Our fathers worshipped in this mountain, and ye say that in Jerusalem is the place where men ought to worship. Jesus said unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour cometh when ye shall neither in this mountain, nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father. Let me start that over. Verse 22. Ye worship ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in what? In spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such to worship him. God is a spirit, and they that worship him in spirit and in truth. The woman said unto him, I know that Messiah cometh, which is called Christ. When he is come, he will tell us all things. Jesus said unto her, I know that speak unto thee, I'm he. I that speak unto thee am he. He's telling her, I am the Christ. I am the Messiah. And upon this came his disciples, and marveled that he talked with the woman. Yet no man said, What seekest thou? Or why talkest thou with her? And the woman, what did she do? Then she left her water pot, and went her way into the city, and said to the men, Come see a man, which told me all the things that ever I did. She said, Come see a man which told me all the things that she ever did. Is not this the Christ? Then they went out of the city and came unto him. In the meanwhile, his disciples prayed him, saying, Master, eat. All right, here we are, verse 32. But he said unto them, I have meat to eat that ye know not of. Therefore said the disciples one to another, Hath any man brought him aught to eat? Jesus said unto him, My meat is to do the will of him that sent me, and to finish his work. I'm just going to stop there only because um, we're talking. We have now finished the talking of the woman of Samaria, and from here, let's go back over here. It doesn't say that, you know, this is what I'm getting from it. We know that the Lord addressed with her that these husbands were not hers. For thou hast had 5 husbands, and whom thou hast now hast is not thy husband, in that sayest thou truly. But what I like is, I like it all, but I want to focus on something here. She said, "Come see a man which told me all the things I ever did." What do you mean all the things I ever did? This lets me know that she knew that those husbands were not hers, because why would she say that? All those things that I ever did. Y'all can put your comments on here, but this is not a justification to remarry. And we have to pay attention that the Lord addressed the situation. He said, "Go call thy husband and come hither." He knew what was going on, because she answered and said, "I have no husband." And what did the Lord say? "Thou hast well said, I have no husband." He said to her, "You have said correctly, you have no husband." If one of them was her husband's, wouldn't he say, the first was your husband? I take from here that none of them was her husband. Anyway, that's my conclusion on this. But yeah, that's it.